Welcome back to the Carolina Hurricanes GM mode. Time to get done the 2020 season. I really like the team we have. It is very strong in all positions. Everything. Every line. The second line, I guess, could use a bit of work. It could be better, but pretty good second line. Defensively, pretty good. And then in net, pretty good. I'd say the one thing that we can really upgrade is defense. If we got one more just outstanding defenseman, I think we'd be, I don't want to say favorite because I thought we were going to do much better than we did last season, but we should definitely be a contender. The status, I don't know why we're still hopeful. I guess maybe you got to make the playoffs first, but I think we're a contending team. Now, I'd say the most realistic and the best option is Erik Karlsson, because like I said, in this universe, they're rebuilding. Now, it's the beginning of the season, and they are damn near, what the 30 million under the cap. Oh my god, 30 million under the cap. They are not spending any money at all. They got no goalies at all. Defensemen, they have actually a couple, but I mean, two. Dumoulin and Ceci. Dumoulin's almost 30 as well. They got a couple top 6 defensemen, but they're a rebuilding team. And then offensively, forwards, they don't have much. They do have Veleno, but that's literally the only prospect they got. Brown, I guess you could consider. But all the other guys, Ryan Hoffman, all 30 years old. Ryan, 33 years of age, 2 years left. He's probably done after that contract. Same with Hoffman. By the time Ottawa can get back to contending team, Erik Karlsson, 30, will be far into his contract. I think it is a great idea to trade for him. Now, the one thing, I'm not trading unless I can get him to retain 50%. I'm not going to settle for 20 like I usually do. I need them to retain 50, and if I have to give them extra value for that money, so be it. If we can get a 3.5, 95 overall, Erik Karlsson. Is he 95? Maybe he's not. 94. A 94 for under 4 million for the next 5 seasons? That would be great. Now, plus, it actually kind of offsets the long term, because he is under contract for 5 seasons, but if we're only paying him 4 million, it's totally fine. Now, the basis of the trade would be Lemon and Liljegren. That's the basis. I don't think it's gonna, obviously that's not gonna go through just like that. I would give up, now, if I have to, I will give up the goalie, this elite goalie, because at the end of the day, it's gonna take him at least 4 seasons before he can even take over Matt Murray. And 4 seasons down the line, we won't need him. Like, I think we're looking to win right now in the next couple seasons. Our prime is the next 2 seasons. So, by the time we get to a contending state, we won't need him. But he does have a lot of trade value, so he probably will get up there in overall. I'm going to offer them my first round pick this season. Liljegren, Lemon, and a first round pick. I'm not sure if they're going to take it. I know the game can be pretty stubborn when trading. I'm going to offer that, though. If I have to, I will put in the goalie. Let's see if the trade will go through, though. I don't think it will. Hope it might. You never know. Trade rejected. Okay. Yeah, especially the retention on the salary. I really think is going to do it. Let me offer them a second round pick. Let me offer them a second round pick as well. Will that go through? No. Okay. Let me offer up the goalie. Let me offer him up. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but let me offer him up because, like I said, in 4 years from now, it's going to take him at least 4 seasons. We're getting Erik Karlsson for the next 4 to 5 seasons because we're looking to win right now. And Erik Karlsson would just be great to lock up a 90 overall long term. We're giving up a lot of value now. It looks like we're giving up too much value, actually. Could we get a draft pick back? I doubt I'm going to ask. I don't think this is going to go through. A first round pick? Woefully insufficient. We might not even get anything else back. Okay, I'll ask for a second and a third back. Damn, still rejected? Okay, just Carlson then. Liljegren Lemon, a first and a goalie for Erik Karlsson. Oh my god. I guess I could offer up a second round pick as well. I don't know how much further I want to go. This is giving up a lot, but if we win a Stanley Cup within the next 2 to 3 years, this trade is definitely worth it. At the end of the day, if you win a Stanley Cup, doesn't matter what you do. If you win the cup, that's as good as a team as you can get. So I'm going to go for it. I'll add a second round pick to this deal. Still rejected. You know, I will try this deal. Same deal, but if I give up Nolan Patrick and get back a lesser forward, somebody not quite as good, not quite as young, Pajot, I think would be a good replacement. 85 overall, we've had him before, he's a really nice player. Again, I need him to retain salary for this deal to go through. Because of it, I don't know if we can get it to go through. I'm gonna try. Still not. Okay, I'm just looking at the team here. What if I get back somebody like Nurmi? That's a funny name, but, you know, he's nothing too special. Really, he's just a low-level, bottom-six, two-way forward. But at the end of the day, it looks like we're going to have to give up a lot to get Erik Karlsson. It looks like I'm going to have to give up Nolan Patrick as well. I really don't want to. But if it's Nolan Patrick for Erik Karlsson, in terms of what we're giving up on the actual team, I will take it if we can find a semi-decent replacement in Nurmi. I'd ask for a third-round pick back. I don't like flipping players, like trading for somebody and then trading them again. However, if we can get Erik fucking Karlsson at the end of the day, you do that deal. This is an insane deal. If this does go through and we don't win a cup, God, that's going to be a huge fail. But I'm going to offer this deal. Oh my god. Okay, let me take out the third round pick. What? Still not? How? This is literally the most I can give up. I'm giving up. Now, okay, you're getting basically a top 6. Let's be honest. I don't think Liljegren's going to fulfill his potential. Maybe a top 4 if you're lucky, but most likely a top 6 to top 4 defenseman in Liljegren. Who knows what Langman will be? His trade value isn't too high, so he might become a third liner, a second liner. A first round pick from us if we go deep in the playoffs. Not too good of a pick, but still a first round pick. The goalie is the big trade piece, and then Nolan Patrick, another big trade piece. I'm basically getting back Erik Karlsson. I have to get back somebody for this to even go through. We need to take somebody back. Basically, this is all for Erik Karlsson. Again, they're retaining 50%. And again, if we win the cup, totally, I do it over. If we don't, then yikes, maybe a bad decision. If they say no to this, well then too bad. This is literally the most I can give up. Like, I can't add anything more. I don't have anything higher trade value to give up. They better accept this. I almost don't even want to propose a trade because I don't want the rejection to even be an option. Holy shit, okay, so it does finally go through. On behalf of the Ottawa Senators organization, I accept your trade offer. What the fuck? What? Why? Okay, I'm... What the fuck? I'm bringing Erik Karlsson up to the main roster, right? Just doing a couple roster moves off camera to get the team looking good, to do the lines. By the way, look at that contract. 3.5 for a 94 defenseman. Holy shit. Fifi. What? I'm gonna have to, watch back this episode. Was he always an 87? I swear he just jumped up after this trade. I don't think he was an 87. If he actually is gonna stay at a natural, yeah, it looks like a natural 87. We got him at least one more year under $4 million. Holy what? Let me know, was he always an 87? I swear he wasn't. He must have just jumped up for some reason. I'm not even sure why, because He lost morale for trading Patrick. He gained because of Carlson, but then he lost it because of locker room interactions. So it's not like he's been on some streak of morale just growing and growing. His morale just went down recently, the last time it changed. Well, shit, if this is what he is, I will take it. Alright, this is the team we got. Offensively, we did lose an 85 overall. Not the best, but, I mean, we got Grabner to replace Patrick. He's not as good. He's an 83, but offensively, he's good enough. I think he'll be fine. I think the team will be just fine offensively. Defensively, though, looks even better than I thought it would. Because of Fisi. I don't know if he's going to stay like this. And because of that, I'm going to give him top 4 time. Now, I really wanted to go like this. Because I wanted to go right-handed, left-handed, right-left, right-left. Just because, you know, to put it like that, a little bit more realistic. But I don't want to put Fisi on the bottom line. I want him to get playing time because I want him to stay at an 87. So because of that, I'm going to be going 2 left-handed than 2 right-handed on the same line. Oh well, it is what it is. But now the special teams have Eric Carlson in it on the power play. And for the penalty kill, I put Fisi in, again, just to make sure we keep that his overall up. I don't know if it's going to stay up, but hopefully it does. And one thing I do want to do is just check free agency to see if there's anybody that can replace, or that we can get to as a better replacement for Nolan Patrick. Let's go to, yeah, if we want somebody, it looks like we're going to have to fuck with OFA here. The best we're going to get is Samuelson, it looks like. And at this point, do we really want him? We only have 1.1 to give up. Let me go to UFA. Is there anybody? Let me go to forwards. Is there anybody that's good defensively? Doesn't really look like it. I'm just going to keep the lineup we have. Maybe I'll see how the team does. If we're struggling offensively, then I might look to make a trade. But I think I'm going to keep the team how it is. Let me just do a team meeting, actually. Let me go back, get a team meeting done, and then get some simulating done. Wow. Okay, I was just checking to see if our status upgraded to contender. It upgraded to champion. So we went from a hopeful team all the way up to a champion team. I love it. I think we have a chance, but we've seen in the past, on paper isn't everything. So I simulated up here to the beginning of the season, game number 1. Let's take a look at what happens. Okay, we lose game number 1. Not a big deal. Let the chemistry pan out. We come back with a 5-3 win of our own. Damn. So right off the bat, Zykov gets injured for about 2 weeks. I don't think that injury should really affect us too much. He is a great depth guy to have, but I don't think it'll affect us too much. Again, I'm not going to read into the beginning of the season too much, but so far, great. 4-1. 5-1. Oh, wait. Zykov's available to play. Let me check that out. Let me just put Zykov back in here. Yeah, depth-wise, we don't have the best. If we run into injury problems, we're kind of fucked. We don't have the best depth to make up for it. We lost 2 games? Where's the second loss? Oh, we just lost it there. Okay, the simulation just didn't catch up. All right. That kind of mind-fucked me for a second. It showed it before the screen caught up. 2 losses in a row, but again, not going to read into it too much. Going to simulate at least 1 to 2 months. It might end up being a really long video, but I'd like to get the whole season done in one episode. I really would. We made a big trade. A bunch of kind of line changes and whatnot. If I end it and then make another video, it's going to be a pretty boring video. Basically just a couple weeks of simulating and me narrating over it. So I'm going to hopefully do this all in just one video. Plus, we are a playoff team. We're not a regular season team. We're not looking to tank. I don't need to worry about it. Now, I would like to get a good seed. So, again, I don't completely not care about the regular season. A President's Trophy would be nice, but as long as we get to the postseason, I am fine. And really, as long as we have a top 5 seed, as long as we don't gotta play one of the top 3 guys, I'm pretty good. And with the team we have, I'm quite confident we're gonna have at least a top 5 seed. 11-6 so far, only a month and a half about in. Not looking the best now, but I'm not worried. I've said it in the past, but especially now that we have Carlson, I'm really not worried. We did have to pay a really big price. We did. Liljegren, he wasn't panning out, but he was still a good defender. He's still an NHL level defender all day on every team, right? Lemon, an elite prospect. Trade value wasn't that high, but that goalie, he's going to turn out to be a monster. That's the one trade piece where I can definitively say Ottawa got their hands on an awesome trade piece back, because he's going to be at least an 88. I can't wait to check him out. He's going to be great for them. Nick Paul, we can just replace him with that other AHL guy we brought up. No issue there. 17-8. Not bad at all. So we are 30 games in, 19-9-1. I think it's about that time where you can kind of do an early season checkup on player and team stats. We have a meeting. Evander Kane, he's complaining again. I guess I'll go motivating. Yeah, he liked that. So I guess we can give him more ice time. I'll check that out in a second here, although I think he's getting plenty of ice time by how he is right now. We are tied for first. Pittsburgh, really? Pittsburgh is still number 1. I guess Crosby's aging pretty well. And Malkin. Let's check out the team, though. Check out how everyone's doing. Let's go to forwards. Wennberg, Shen, Panarin, the Binajad, Kane. Basically, everybody is around a point a game. Not really around, but they're up there. I mean, 22 and 29 is perfect. Granlund's a bit down there. He's not doing the best. Zykov, I'd like for you to do better. Only 1 goal. Yeah, we need some better depth out of you. But it looks like just an all-round effort. Nobody's really doing amazing. Panarin, I'd like more out of you. It is still quite early in the season. Some of the guys can catch back up. Defensively, Erik Karlsson leading the way. Yeah, defensively, we are a beast in terms of point production. Already 10, 13, and 24. Unbelievable. And then goaltending, 0.9, and then a 2.5. So Pickard's playing pretty bad. Matt Murray, I'd say he's playing average. He's not really playing above average too much, but he's not playing below it like he did last season. Let's check out the team stats here. So Carolina, goals for, 3.4. We're doing good. And then goals against, 2.9. A little bit high, but I'm going to keep it. I don't see any issues there. Power play is amazing. And the penalty kill, it's not the best, but I'm going to give it a little bit of time to get back up there. Going to continue the simulation here. We actually, shit. I was about to say we had a game against Pittsburgh, but Braden Shen is injured. Nothing too bad, only going to be out about a week. I'm just going to go replace player. An AHL player on waivers. Let me check this out. An AHL top 2. Really don't need to waste my time on him. We lose to Pittsburgh, okay. Very interesting. We have another matchup actually coming up in a week. That's going to be an interesting one. Let's put Braden Shen in there. He was injured, though. We didn't have Braden Shen. Gonna blame that loss against Pittsburgh on him. If we come back and we beat him this time, definitely blame that loss on an injury. 20-11-1. Not bad at all. I think we're probably going to have around a 48-win team. Scouting, okay. What do? We did OHL, WHL, let's go to the States. Scouting, I'm really not paying too much attention to. I'm not micromanaging it. An overtime win against Pittsburgh, 5-4. Very nice. But yeah, I think we're going to have around a 48-win team. definitely a playoff team. 23-12-1. I really don't see us dipping off. At this point, we really just have too good of a team. Alright, just did the lineup change for the Binajad injury. I don't think any injury is really gonna handicap us too much unless it's a goalie injury, which is pretty rare unless you're fucking Montreal, but I don't think we have a good team. We have a good all-round team. One injury isn't gonna put too big of a hole in our team. Like if we were Washington and Ovi or Backstrom got injured. We have a really deep team. The bottom six isn't as deep as it was even at the beginning of the episode when we had Nolan Patrick, but again, I don't think it matters. We have a good enough team to where we can offset any injury that might put a bit of a hole in the lineup. Okay, so the month is done. The Binajad is back. A month away from the deadline. Let's just get it going. Keep the simulating going. We're doing great. 29-18-3. There's not much to say. There's not much to commentate on. We're a good team, trucking through the regular season, pretty injury-free. Pretty. We've had a couple. Shen was injured for about a week. The Binajad was actually injured for about 3 weeks. You know, we had a small Zykov injury. Didn't really, not a major one. We haven't had one for more than a month. 30-20-3. Now, we definitely could have a couple more overtime losses, so that 20 losses isn't as bad as it may look. But we still have 31 wins. Wow, I just saw Philly, and they had 38 wins. You know, let me just take a look at the conference standings here. Stop the simulation game. Let me just take a look. I just want to see how we're doing. Maybe we're not doing as good as I thought. Wow! Okay, so we're not doing that bad. We're in a wild card, though. Honestly, I thought we would be doing better. Let me check out what's going on here. So, let me go to the East. Do we just have a really strong division? So we have 70 points. Yeah, we just have a really strong division. Okay. we are 7 points above 8th. And we are the final wild card in our division with 70 points. So yeah, we just have a really strong division. Alright, so Detroit is looking to give up Andre and whatever the fuck his name is. He's a pretty decent two-way forward on a 1-year cheap contract. Basically, we'd just be getting him as a rental to buffer up that bottom six to make a shot at the Stanley Cup. Sebastian Aho, I'm finally going to let go of. It doesn't look like he's going to fulfill his potential. He is kind of a young guy, and they're a rebuilding team, so I'm giving them some depth draft picks. I'm not going to go too much in this trade. Hopefully they can accept a bunch of scraps, and they do, so perfect. This is what the updated forward list looks like. Pretty deep. We actually officially have a fourth line center. So we actually have 4 dominant centers, or not dominant, but the main position as centers, natural centers. 81 faceoffs, not bad at all. And like I said, 83 overall, not a bad player at all. Just kind of a depth guy to pick up for the playoff run. I know we're not a proven team. It's not like we're Chicago in that we're really going to make a run at the Stanley Cup every year. Well, obviously we don't have any proof to suggest that, but I still believe that we are due to make a strong run at Lord Stanley. A few years ago, we went out in the second round. Last year, we didn't make the playoffs at all, but I believe that was just kind of an off year. Now we have Erik Karlsson at a 94. We have Fifi at an 87. We now have multiple guys, 83 and 84 on the bottom 6. I think this is our year. If not next season, but this season is definitely going to be the best. We have to re-sign, I think it's Evander Kane. And if we want him back, the guy we just got, Andre and say whatever the fuck his name is, we're gonna have to get those guys back. Dean, a sore shoulder. Luckily, it's not a long-term injury. Wow, so this defenseman, Klaus Dalbec, he's actually a very good depth defenseman. I didn't realize. 86, 87, 85 for defense, 3.5 physical, not a terrible skater, good discipline, decent poise, offensive is just decent. I don't know why he's only a minor 2. He's honestly about a top 6 defenseman. I don't know why he's only a minor 2 defenseman, but in terms of depth, in terms of in case of injuries, we have the perfect guy to do that. We actually had a couple of losses in a row. I'm going to kind of look at the simulation more. Because of the fact we have such a strong division, we need to make sure we win. Because making the postseason isn't necessarily guaranteed. As we've seen, Brodin is available to play again, so Dalbec only got about a week in. Oh well. He's still only a minor top 2 defenseman. Now, I think in the offseason he's actually going to jump up to be a top 6. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him on a 2-way contract at an 82 overall. But if I can, then that would be great. Back-to-back wins, big wins actually. Can we beat... I'm going to leave it at Chicago, Toronto. We have about 6 weeks left. Let me make sure we're in the playoff run. The playoff hunt. Let me just double check. So, we have the last wild card position, but our division is very strong. Let me just make sure in terms of the actual conference we got it. We got it locked up pretty comfortably. I'm just going to simulate, unless we go on a really bad losing streak, I really see no way at all that we don't make the postseason. We got damn near 40 wins. I said we would get 48. Now, we have made a couple trades, so I'm going to blame a couple losses on chemistry taking a bit of a hit, but we're going to get to about 45, definitely. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't get to 45. Let's do the Swedish League. Why not? So we split that back-to-back. Pittsburgh and Washington, that's a tough back-to-back. If we split it and take one loss in overtime, I will take that every single time. Wow, so 3 back-to-backs, back-to-back. We won one of them, we split the other, and split with an overtime loss, the third. Yeah, we're definitely going to make the postseason now. Definitely. Those back-to-backs were absolutely clutch to the record, and definitely, we're going to make the postseason now. Actually, a couple losses in a row. I don't think that's going to hurt us. A 43-win team should make it. Okay, yeah, we still have the wild card. We could potentially jump Washington if we win a couple here and they lose a couple, but I'm honestly not too worried about positioning. Like I said, I worry about just getting there. The seeding and everything, that's nice and cute, but not necessary. Just get a couple wins, maybe get to 45. Okay, 45, if you can get to 40. Okay, thank God. So Brodin is injured for just a couple days. Till the 17th. Oh no. Is he going to miss a game here? He is, so he's going to miss at least one game. Damn it, that is terrible. So, we are going to go against the Florida Panthers, who have 51 wins. Damn, so that is what your 2021 postseason matchups look like. Any surprising teams? Buffalo, kind of, not really. They got a good young team. Vancouver, what the fuck are you doing in there? You're not getting there anytime soon. But I will see you in round 1 in the next episode. We might have a really tough road to the finals. I think we will, because our division was stacked. I think we're going to have a tough road, but I think we can do it at the same time. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.